Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
May I know your full name, please?
My full name is Bharti.
Where are you from, Bharti?
I am from Panipat, which is a hub of textile and handloom.
In the part 1 of speaking, I'm going to ask you some questions related to TV and books. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
How often you watch TV?
Due to my hectic schedule, I generally do not get the time to watch the television, but on my weekends, I watch television.
What kind of TV shows you like watching?
I like the cooking shows and dancing shows and the shows which motivates and relaxes my mind, and weekends I watch the television.
What kind of shows are popular in your country?
There are various kinds of shows which are popular in my country, which includes the cooking shows, films, and the documentaries, and the various kinds of places which are not explored till yet.
Has internet changed your viewing habits?
Yes, internet has changed my viewing habit, as earlier I generally watched the TV shows which includes the cooking shows and drama shows, but after getting the access to internet, I watch documentary and the places which are not explored till yet. I watch that shows also.
Do you prefer borrowing books or you like to buy them?
I like to prefer borrowing books. After getting the suggestions to read the particular book, I generally borrow the book from my friends, which I find them interesting.
What are the benefits of reading books?
It inculcates the value of reading, and it inculcates, sharpens the memory of the particular person, and it's also the motivating books also inspires the people, and the way of thinking of the people also change after reading the books.
Now in the part 2, I'll ask you a question and you'll get 1 minute to prepare for it.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about a time when you have to use your imagination. For what purpose you used your imagination and how you managed it. Take your time.
There are a lot of situations where a person uses his or her imagination to handle the situation, but here I would like to talk about a situation when I use my imagination and which helped me a lot. 2 years ago, I had to go Chandigarh to attend an examination. There I took a train, and my train back to at my hometown, it was left due to the fog, and I told my parents that I would come back by bus, as I had to opt the bus as my train was left, and due to fog my parents was also not able to estimate the timings on which time the bus would arrive in my hometown. So I was not able to inform my parents, as my phone's battery was dead, and they were also not able to estimate the time on which time the bus will arrive. So while I have to walk to go to my hometown after the bus left me on bus stand, and it was about 2 a.m. when I had to go, and as the phone's battery was dead, I saw that a stranger was coming towards me, and I got afraid, and I used my imagination at that time. I take out my phone as the battery was dead, and I started talking loudly at the phone that I am coming towards the house. As a stranger coming towards me, I started loudly that I am just around the corner. After listening this, the stranger went back, and that is the time when I used the imagination, and when I told my parents about about the time, they praised me a lot, and it helped me a lot to handle the situation when I used this imagination. And after seeing my parents at home, I got a sigh of relief. At the particular moment, my heart was beating very fast, and this imagination was helped me a lot.
Do you think adults can use raw imagination?
Yes, as I already mentioned that people use different kinds of imagination to handle the situation. Youngsters also use imagination in a particular way to handle the situation, that they generally do not find the solution of a situation, they generally use imagination.
Do you think imagination helps scientists in doing their research work?
Sometimes it helps the scientists to get their work properly, but not in every situation, as they exploring new things. But sometimes when they imagine to do any particular work, the imagination could be work.
What kind of jobs need imagination? Do you think writers and poets have to use their imagination a lot?
It depends on the poet. What type of the poet is written about him, his or her book. Like sometimes the person describe his only about his life and what his past was and what is doing in his futures. So they do not use the imagination while describing an event. Any poet uses the imagination to describe that.